What if the MCU just told us everything secretly? What if Avengers Doomsday isn't just a movie, but a warning? This month, shadows move, leaks breathe, and destiny shifts. Trailers, Anchor Beings, Doom's face, and Spider-Man's fate collide. Starting right now, pay attention, because Marvel never whispers without purpose attached. The first Avengers Doomsday teaser is confirmed, and its arrival isn't random. Marvel loves chaos by design. December is stacked with misdirection, secrecy, and perfectly timed reveals. They did this before with Infinity War, leaking crumbs while hiding the execution. History is repeating louder, darker, and far more deliberate than fans realize. Originally expected alongside Avatar, Fire and Ash on December 19th, the plan shifted. Now, 4 dates matter, each escalating hype like a ticking bomb. Marvel doesn't move trailers accidentally. Each screening is a controlled fracture in reality. Information escapes, theories explode, and the narrative primes itself before the official detonation. December 7th changes everything. CCSP Brazil becomes ground zero. A private, secret Avengers Doomsday teaser screening is expected, restricted to insiders. Sound familiar? Fantastic Four: First Steps did the same, and Doom's post-credit scene leaked instantly. Marvel knows leaks aren't accidents, they're fuel for obsession, debate, and viral momentum days later. By December 8th, rumors suggest another controlled flash, this time at an Avatar premiere in China. Global eyes, different rules. Marvel understands algorithms. A single description spreads faster than footage. One whispered detail outweighs a whole trailer. That's how Endgame survived secrecy while dominating conversation. Information scarcity creates myth, not clarity. Then comes December 18th and 19th, the real drop. The teaser finally hits theaters with Avatar, Fire, and Ash. This is Marvel's comfort zone, captive audiences, cinematic scale, zero pause button. Like Infinity War and Multiverse of Madness, the trailer lands emotionally, not just visually. You feel Doom before understanding it. Within 24 hours, December 19th or 20th, the online release follows. YouTube explodes. Frame-by-frame breakdowns begin. Screenshots circulate. Audio clues dissected. Marvel controls the narrative arc. Tease, leak, confirm. By the time casual fans watch, hardcore viewers already sense the ending. That's marketing as storytelling, shaping interpretation before the first line drops. Parallel to Doomsday, Sony plays its own game. Spider-Man, Brand New Day begins teasing quietly. December 6th at CCSP Brazil, Sony hosts a panel, and behind closed doors, a private teaser screens for select guests. No phones, no uploads, just memory and description, the strongest currency in fandom culture today. This mirrors No Way Home. Remember leaked descriptions: statue, lightning, 3 silhouettes. Those words carried more electricity than footage. Sony and Marvel trust imagination. By the time the real teaser drops, expectations are weaponized. Fans don't ask what's happening, they argue why it must happen that way. The public reveal waits. February 8th, 2026, Super Bowl Sunday. That date isn't luck. Marvel loves Super Bowl drops. Endgame, Multiverse of Madness, even smaller teases. The biggest stage equals maximum cultural penetration. By then, Brand New Day won't introduce ideas, it'll confirm what audiences already believe. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. The sources drop one phrase: Earth 616 Anchor Being. The linchpin. The irreplaceable soul holding reality together. Remove them, and universes collapse. Fans point fingers: Doctor Strange, Wanda, even Tony Stark. But those options fall apart the moment you follow Marvel's emotional logic, not power scaling charts. Doctor Strange is powerful, yes, but he's reactive, not central. Wanda broke reality, but she's unstable, tragic, unresolved. Tony Stark, gone. His story ended perfectly in Endgame. And Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doom confirms Marvel isn't resurrecting Tony, they're weaponizing his legacy against the universe. The real answer feels obvious: Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Tom Holland. Leaked Secret Wars script pages quietly called him Prime Spider-Man, not variant, not replacement, the original template. Among Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and countless others, he's the gravitational center. Fate chose him long before fans did. Peter being Prime isn't about strength, it's importance. Every multiverse event bends around him. Civil War introduced him. Infinity War traumatized him. Endgame spared him. No Way Home erased him. That arc screams Anchor. He loses everything yet continues existing. Reality refuses to let Peter Parker go. There's also timing. After the rumored soft reboot, Spider-Man remains the face of the MCU. 3 more solo films are planned. That investment isn't random. Marvel doesn't hinge its future on someone expendable. Making Peter defeat Doctor Doom isn't power fantasy. It's thematic. The kid mentored by Stark dismantles the corrupted echo of his hero, and Doom's face matters. Robert Downey Jr.'s under the mask is psychological cruelty. Imagine Peter standing frozen, looking at Tony's eyes, hearing his voice, recognizing his mannerisms. That's why Peter hesitates. He physically cannot attack. Doom exploits that weakness. This isn't about fists. It's grief manipulation, unresolved trauma weaponized perfectly. Sources claim Doomsday's climax is brutal. Peter finally confronts Doom, fails, and pays for hesitation. Doom nearly kills him not to prove dominance, but to discard him. Peter's body left broken, meaningless, as Doom moves on to create Battleworld. That mirrors Thanos walking away from defeated Thor. Victory isn't killing, it's indifference. Then comes the post-credit sting. One of 2. Silence. Ruins. Peter lies motionless. And something moves. Black, sticky, alive. The symbiote. A leftover fragment on Earth 616, unnoticed until now. It crawls. It chooses. Not Eddie Brock Peter Parker. Survival through corruption. Rebirth through darkness. The symbiote doesn't just heal. It merges. Life force bonding with trauma. Peter wakes changed. Stronger. Angrier. Unfiltered. For the first time, he can hit Tony's face without seeing Tony. Doom's illusion breaks. This isn't Mentor. This is Parasite. That's how Doom becomes beatable at last. That moment sets up Secret Wars. Battleworld needs a monster to challenge a god. Symbiote Spider-Man fits. Marvel never wastes mythology. This explains why Venom enters the MCU now, not earlier. The darkness feels earned. Peter's innocence already died in No Way Home. Now comes transformation necessary, not heroic. Look back at Marvel's patterns. Infinity War ended with loss. Endgame restored balance. Doomsday ends with Doom's victory. Secret Wars demands consequence. Peter as Anchor fits every rule. They hurt him, break him, then ask him to fix everything. That's Spider-Man's core. Responsibility without reward. Even the trailer strategy supports this. Expect misdirection. Doom barely visible. Peter centered. Glimpses of Battleworld, fractured skies, familiar ruins. Trailers sell mood, not plot. The real shock lands later, leaving audiences stunned into silence again. Leaked CCSP reactions mention hopelessness. That's intentional. This saga isn't about jokes anymore. Kang's removal forced escalation. Doom is intellect without mercy. Facing him requires more than strength, it needs sacrifice. Spider-Man embodies that better than anyone left standing. Think about No Way Home's ending. Peter chooses erasure. No friends. No legacy. That decision was training. Marvel stripped him to nothing. An Anchor cannot rely on others. He must exist independently. By Doomsday, Peter is isolated, perfect to bond with something alien. Dr. Doom wearing Tony's face isn't fan service. It's engineered cruelty. Every time Peter looks up, he sees belief twisted into torment. Beating Doom isn't revenge, it's release. Peter finally lets Tony go through action, not memory. So when the teaser drops, listen closely. Watch faces, not explosions. Which shots linger? Who looks afraid? Marvel hides truth in discomfort. Doomsday won't explain stakes, it'll make you feel them. Everything you're about to see is deliberate. Doom's arrival isn't loud, it's suffocating. Spider-Man's rise isn't heroic, it's painful. When the trailer fades to black, that silence is intentional. It's space for realization. If Peter Parker is the anchor being, the multiverse rests on a broken kid. That's powerful, not a god. Responsibility. Doom underestimates grief-fueled persistence. That's where he loses. And when the black suit forms, remember this isn't style, it's survival. Peter doesn't become evil, he becomes willing. Anchors don't run, they hold. That's why Avengers Doomsday matters. Not cameos, meaning. Saving everything costs something permanent. Watching trailers won't feel fun, they'll feel heavy. That weight is intentional. If you're hyped, subscribe. For every leak, breakdown, and theory like this, stay with FilmVerse Hollywood. Doom is coming. The anchor will rise, and we'll decode every step together until the very end lands hard.